Hi guys, my name is Thomas. Today I'm going to be talking about inclusive UI. Before we get started, I'm really happy to be here. It's a great place to be, but just also here presenting. Just last year, I met. I was snuck into the Celo Salon because I live here in Paris, so it's literally in my backyard, and I hadn't gotten a ticket in time. And Renee was up here with Maria from Flory Ventures, and then he came off the stage, and I just, went for it. Said, "Hey, my name is Thomas." He said, "Hey, how you doing? What you building?" Showed him my website, and yeah, and from then just been meeting amazing people one after the other. So me being here is it's not a huge deal, but personally it feels good. You know what I mean? So, definitely. We have to celebrate the wins when we can, That's the important part. Okay. So we're going to talk about inclusive UI, inclusive UI. Inclusivity is one of my favorite words. It's very powerful because it brings everyone together. Doesn't there's no barriers to entry. Everyone should feel like they belong. Celo is a perfect example of that, which we'll go deeper in during the presentation. As a founder, as a non-technical founder, too, if you're able to actually bring founders into the space and enable them to build, that's a huge accomplishment in terms of inclusivity. This is a workshop, not a talk, so there's going to be some interactions, some involvement from you guys, and I'm trying to make it as original as possible. So if you all have your smartphones, you're going to have to scan the QR code that will be on that screen, or this one coming up. Okay. Let's get it started. Once you've scanned it, create your player name. This is an amazing platform for teaching. Oh, player limit reached. That's not good. Okay. So you have 3 players only. We'll have to do. Sorry, who are the 3 players? Who's Lucas? Okay. Jamie Gini, that's you. And okay, well, we got great people, so it's all good. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the free version. It's the free version of the platform, so they don't accept CUSD yet. So you should see on your phone. Yeah, you should see on your phone. This is just so you get to understand how the concept goes. A very easy question. Okay, 2 people answered in time. So, sorry. Come on. Okay, good. It's Paris. Next one. Okay. Okay, Luca, you were faster. Good job. Wish everyone could join, but you feel the FOMO, I'm sure. They are the Celo blockchain co-founders. Someone hasn't answered yet. Okay. Good. Okay, TC. Okay, TC. Let's go. A little bit of math, quick math. True or false? It's easy. There's only 3 of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. All right. So, okay. So this was just to explain how the game. So let's go a bit. Today I'm going to talk about inclusive UI, inclusion, inclusivity, or all the above. All the above. Good job. No. Okay. Okay, TC, nice one. So here's what is inclusivity. We'll take our time, Maybe someone in the audience can decide, or you can raise your hand if you have an idea of which one is the most accurate. Well, there were 2. To provide equal access for people who might otherwise be excluded. So it's really opening the doors, Inclusivity is about making people join a group, come into your community, or be able to use your product that otherwise, wouldn't actually be open to it. One of my favorite examples for me is the fashion industry. I don't know if you've seen, they've been investing highly recently into, the hip-hop culture, because how hip-hop culture maybe will use a brand, and be, open to the new ways to wear it. It's very advantageous for their business models, to be able to see, oh, this is a new demographic, that is going to use our brand and expand it and bring it to frontiers that they didn't think of before. The act of including something as part of something else, that also applies to this same example. Celo is another perfect example of this. Financial inclusion. The unbanked, this is giving them a feeling of being banked, being financially empowered. This is simple examples of inclusivity. Okay. TC still winning. What does it mean to be inclusive? Is it the quality of being easy to obtain or use? The quality of being easily understood or appreciated? The ability to validate and encompass an individual's personal experience, or to understand and enable people of all backgrounds and abilities. So these 2 are definitions of what it means to be inclusive. To understand and enable people of all backgrounds and abilities. Everyone in this community has different backgrounds, different abilities, and we're all part of a community, which makes the community very inclusive. And to validate each one's experience, I come to Celo, I feel great. I'm a builder, I'm non-technical, but I'm part of a purpose of a growth of a community, a growth of a movement, which speaks in and of itself. It's not like you arrive somewhere like what language do you write in? I'm like, sorry man, I don't. Okay. So Genius 3rd, Luca 2nd, and TC, you're first. I had some t-shirts printed. My co-founder should be wearing one, so you want a t-shirt, TC. Actually, since only 3 players, all 3 of you win a t-shirt. Okay, so let's come back. Okay. So what is inclusive UI? Any ideas of what inclusive UI might mean? Shot in the dark, random. Rachel from Good Ghosting. Everybody, round of applause, please. Tell us, speak to us, Rachel. Very good. Very good. Anyone want to piggyback? Anyone want to piggyback off that definition? Go ahead, Marco. I know you want to say something. Great. Perfect. Together, that's like, a complete answer. Inclusive UI design is a conceptualization of products that understand and enable people of all backgrounds and abilities. It may address accessibility, age, economic situation, geographic location, language, race, and more. So really building so that anyone can use it. There's 6 pillars and steps to inclusive design. First, I'm not going to go between the lines, but the main 6 pillars, and steps to do so. To seek out points of exclusion, in the Web3 space, maybe. What would be a good point of exclusion, do you think? Like, for example, maybe our families, What's the biggest point of exclusion that's preventing them from coming onto Web3, on-chain? If anyone has an idea. I think that a lot of for your families or friends, who are not, let's say, on chain or into Web3 yet, what is the main point of exclusion? Do you think that that makes them basically feel excluded, or prevents them from coming into Web3? Understand exactly why people are excluded. Why isn't everybody using, stable coins? Knowledge, okay. So educating them would be a good, would be, always the first step to inclusion. Marco, and then my man over there. Okay. Okay, true. Yep. For sure. There's too much that you need to do in order to make that action of, transferring, which is one action. You have to do like 3 before that, or 4. Absolutely. Did you want to add something there? Sure. Definitely. No, it's very good. Thanks, guys. Second step, identify situational challenges, like it's the context and how people are interacting, or the experience they're having with the product. Why would someone, like Marco said, the need, sending money back home if you're in a third world country, a lot of the cases, universal basic income, you need those, you need the platform, the structure to receive that. Earn while you play video games, it's perfect if you're a gamer and you want to really, earn some type of value. Is understanding where people can find that accessibility. Recognize personal biases, so involve people from different communities throughout the design process. That's always very important. You bring a product that you created, you give it to, people in the west of a country, in the east of the country, their relationship with it might be different. It's very important to get those, those very natural perspectives of the product. Different ways to engage. With different options, users can choose the method that best serves them in their unique circumstances. So this piggybacks off of the previous one. How one person interacts with the product may be different from another, or the reason why they came. It's letting the user always talk, and give you their experience. Customer is king, as I always say. Provide equivalent experiences. So this one is very important, because you don't want to corrupt the experience. Like at the end of the day, you're trying to give everyone the same value. If it's the book a flight, if it's to pay for your groceries, if it's to earn, at the end they have to get it's the same value. Your value proposition has to remain the same at all times. So you can't really derive. Like one time they'll do a test for the first quarter, our product is this. They'll do a test Q2, now our product is this, and then you're just you're bouncing everywhere. So really, inclusivity is you're keeping your mission and your product the same, and making sure that anyone can understand it. And extend the solution to everyone. Extend the solution to everyone. Designing a solution for one user group can benefit a much broader experience. This is from the logic, you target 1,000 people, you usually end up with maybe one. You target one person, there's most likely, millions of people who think and live or need the same thing that they do. Oh, so this, I wanted it to be a bit interactive. That's okay, I'd like us to find, maybe 5, 6, or as many as they come, of ways how Celo itself as a blockchain, as a community, or its tokens, how is it inclusive? This is you guys. Go ahead, Marco. Yeah, say. Word vomit. Say everything you want. Okay, amazing. Yes, sir. Yep, open source, absolutely. These are great things, that's already, it's an inclusive blockchain, literally. But that's what makes me appreciate the Celo so much, because inclusivity is like I said, my favorite words in general. That's how you move forward. Any other inputs? No. Well, I think that the one that they put forward the most, in their tagline, was a mobile first blockchain. It's true. 6 billion people who have laptop, mobile phones, but how many people don't have laptops? On my team, inclusivity is one of our tenets. It's anyone who wants to contribute to our project, can. And one of our community managers, who's spamming Twitter everywhere, his name is Focus Pilot. He doesn't have a laptop, He works from his phone, and it's inspiring, seeing someone contribute, just from their phone, and empowering them to be able to do so. What you can do with just an internet connection is, when we're not used to it, is very overlooked. So inclusivity should be everywhere. If we push inclusivity everywhere we go, in every place we work, we're making the world a better place. So that's why Celo we're feeling so well in this community. But to dive a bit more, deeper into the pain point that we're experiencing as a community or as an ecosystem is this tweet. I use it in a lot of my decks, but who's building the best crypto wallet for normal people, quote unquote? What's it going to take to make crypto mainstream? How are we going to bring, all of us who are here, we believe in something, we believe in the future is decentralized. If not, we wouldn't be, investing all of our time and our efforts, blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's normal, I would say, people who go with the flow. It's like just, it doesn't matter how the system works, what it does, as long as, I get to sip on my pina colada in the summer, and then go back to work once a year, it's all good, Like they don't think of the world problems, maybe. I'm just giving that definition, just clear, but it's, it's just without thinking, without thinking of how the world could be a better place, maybe. How can we make passive actions, daily passive actions, more, more meaningful, more decentralized? Because this is what we call the masses, going mainstream. It doesn't matter. Well, here, this goes perfect with the next slide from a VP of Product Innovation at MasterCard. Crypto has to become invisible. I keep saying that, and I sound like a broken record, but it has to disappear in the background for a user who doesn't care. That's a normal, maybe doesn't care. Honestly, my mom doesn't care if it's centralized finance or DeFi. I think that this is like, and Ashley was saying this in her presentation, that really, in order to bring more people into the space, we have to kind of like be more inclusive as a community. There's the technology, blockchain is amazing, it's incredible, it's revolutionary, but the purists, the purists in the space, how it's coded, how it's made, is difficult, to kind of step away from that. Like, I think that you want the glory is misplaced, like where it's amazing, but we need utility. We need more people to adopt this technology. And so I think that's like the internal battle. That's the civil war that's happening, in the space. I don't know if that was, normal. I know. I think normal is also a bit, because I'm, weird. No, you don't want to be normal, You want to be weird. You have to be odd to be number one, as they say. Yeah, you're right. You're 100. Yeah. You're 100% right. I don't think I'm gonna use this again, because the real wallets, the real use cases that are gonna be emerging, or that's gonna be massively adopted, are gonna be in emerging markets. 100%. Yeah, that's a fact. So I guess normal in, I'd say, developed countries, which honestly isn't all that all that interesting, because we don't really need it that much. But I feel that. Thanks for that input, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, like crypto or blockchain emerging in emerging markets. This is where the mass adoption, the real use case are going to happen. There, and then I guess we, as Western society, are going to adopt it then. So here's a use case of just, I guess, going forward towards adoption, of normal Western consumers and, also emerging markets too. But it's an embedded savings account for travel called FlyWallet. This is my startup. And it's an embeddable savings account for travel where people are coming to the platform because they want to start their travel fund. They don't know if it's Web3, if it's Web2. Like, it shouldn't actually be a question. It's like, do you want to afford your trips every single year? And so the strategy that we've taken, always keeping inclusivity as a pillar of, how we operate, is like, do you just want to add funds, every month and keep it static, or do you want to earn, A cool way to earn, would be, if you create this Web3 wallet. Like we're hiding the benefits of it, by making it a proactive decision. We're not imposing anything. I really want the adoption to be seamless and the whole user experience to be as inclusive and just as holistic as possible. So inclusive UI is a topic that I'm really trying to take from top to bottom. How it works as I'm presenting, I try and use Web3 the least possible. People encounter it when they're signing up, but in essence, how the product works is you pick your destination. I want to go from Paris to Rio. You set a monthly budget. We'll tell you how much you need to save. And then it's like, do you want to link a bank account? Or do you want to link your crypto wallet? Or do you want to create a crypto wallet? And then you can book on the go through the platform. But just giving the user that proactive decision is, and a lot of people are choosing the crypto wallet, who their first crypto wallet has a utility, has a direction. In this case, is for travel. And so people are intimidated by trading maybe, or DeFi. You don't have to know that stuff, especially that stable coins enables that reality. So what's in parentheses, is what normal people don't care about. But FlyWallet makes travel affordable using DeFi and sustainable using ReFi. Since recent, offsetting carbon credits is a new feature. So the role of FlyWallet in the ecosystem is to make crypto mainstream. This is our role here with Celo. I'm not here to advance smart contracts. I'm not here to improve L1s. We're really here to bring more people into the space, like the Trojan horse. We're just here to say, hey, look, you can travel every single year, and behind it, it's just more people funneling cash into the ecosystem and buying tokens. So bring people on-chain is our favorite metric. That's our contribution, a real case solving a real problem, and accessible to all. I was thinking, everyone would enjoy the game, but since only 3 people can play, it's not that fun. It's a blockchain questionnaire, which the winner would obviously get a T-shirt. But I think I'll put this to the side unless we have some time. Because keeping everyone engaged for an hour, you have to have these breaks in the middle. But that's about it. I want to now open the discussion. If there's any topics, any questions you might have, any ideas. Yes, sir.
I didn't understand how the people are filling their wallet.
Oh, yeah.
They pay with a card? Is it some kind of cashback? Is it some? What is the
So,
mechanism?
yeah, the mechanism is on the Web2 route. It's always escrow, an escrow account in fiat is held by a bank. You can link your debit card, MasterCard, or Visa, and money will go right into the escrow account, and your funds will be aggregating and building.
But what is the situation where people, what is the act? Is it something that they say that it's a regular, like 15 euros every
Oh yeah, automatic. Yep. Yeah, automatic debits. Automatic debits. It can be top-ups, but automatic debits is the setting. Yeah.
And you say you do that through the credit card and not from independent SEPA prélèvement?
No, you see, it is no, it's not prélèvement. It's not transfers from your bank debit, yeah, direct debit from your bank account. It's with your card, like because not everyone knows their bank accounts numbers off by heart. Just making it, on the go. That's also something inclusive that we did early on. Just a lot of fintechs require you to add your account number. Using your debit card is definitely more inclusive, so to speak. Mr. Marco. Of course. Amazing. Absolutely, 100%. Great feature. It's crowd saving, crowdfunding your trip. The only, like on a big scale mission, like helping people leave their country, because of a national crisis, is that would be, incredible. But the person would have to have their passport. If they have their passport, every FlyWallet you can generate a link, send to you where you can deposit, funds into their wallet. So sometimes it's, maybe I'm using less important examples as you, but, let's say for Christmas or, or birthday, your family or your friends or a wedding gift, like people can put money into your FlyWallet for you to be able to travel. But a student, for example, I don't know if, Marco, your big, tech tycoon, in a couple of years, and and you're like, okay, every student, in African universities, that wants to travel abroad, or has wants to study, in the country abroad, you're gonna, grant all of their wallets, the money to go to that place. That's completely possible. Like very simple, very easy feature. But in terms of for war zones or people who have to escape their country, that would be very cool. Then it's by group. Definitely. And what's really inclusive in terms of also the technology is just that it's not rocket science. What we've built, what it is. And that also makes it very inclusive. Is like literally. We're adding like a travel API. Underneath, we're adding like a financial, platform. In one case, it's fintech. In one case, it's the Celo blockchain, and just really marrying them, in an inclusive user experience. Like it's as simple as that. And the ability to do that is, just inclusive again. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're currently making a smart contract for that, where you're putting your CUSD or your CUO. The one is not Celo because just we want to leverage stable coins mostly, just because the volatility maybe, like if there's flight prices changing and tokens, like it can be a bit confusing. But you placing those tokens in the smart contract earns yield. That's the vision. I mean, that's the purpose of why you would save with FlyWallet rather than another aspect. And just, since everyone's here, I know this is recorded, but when it will come out, our ideal, our goal, direction we really want to go is that with all of your assets, that are earning on an exchange or earning in your wallet, that your gains, could go directly into your FlyWallet, which would be, you got, I don't know, some Bitcoin, some ETH, some Stellar, like all of the tokens that you love, and just like you can calibrate it, the gains, you can cap how much you want to keep, and just everything extra, goes into flowers, so that you're passively just growing the travel fund. Because travel is the only investment that makes you richer. That's the motto, Don't buy stuff, okay, guys? Don't stop buying stuff, please. We can't take it with us, But the memories, experiences, buy that for Christmas. Buy plane tickets for Christmas or birthdays. And I hope this was okay. It was just good, relaxed vibes. One of my favorite books. The first line says, you're not going to learn anything in this book. This is just review, And I think that it's just ways of how you receive the information, and just reviewing it, seeing it in new ways is always good. But happy to be here, and thanks for your questions, your contributions, and thank you.